Innerstave is a company that helps beverage producers achieve a range of flavors and aromatics that they couldn't achieve otherwise. Traditionally, beverages are aged in oak casks or redwood vats or some sort of vessel that was made so that it could easily transport across seas, get bumped into, not break, and be a reliable source of transportation. Ever since 1979, Innerstave founded this new category. Using milk complements from that barrel coopering to create infusion bags, tank formats, all sorts of different ways of basically taking a barrel and putting it into the wine instead of putting wine into a barrel. We take wood, our natural product, and through time and temperature, we manipulate it to help beverage producers achieve complexity in their base products, whether it be wine, beer, or spirit, or something else, and help them come to different places with their products that they couldn't achieve without the use of oak. Some of the negatives of aging beverages in traditional formats like barrels, puncheons, and casks is that there's a lot of labor input. You're dealing with micro environments in a smaller area and lots of them. So a lot can go wrong from one barrel to the next. Certain bacteria can grow. Myriad of things can happen that can't really happen, or at least it's mitigated when you go into a large tank format with a complement product. And for a long time, alternatives and adjuncts and complements, infusion bags, tank staves, etc., they've been looked at as kind of the dirty little secret in wine. No winemaker, brewer really wanted to talk about the fact that they've moved away from a traditional barrel format and into a complement format. But over the last 10, 15 years, with the rise and increase of quality in our market segment, which Innerstave has always been a leader of, winemakers have been less shy about it.
I don't believe there's anything better than walking through our aging yards, watching the sun rise over the Carneros region, and really showing the effect that the environment that we have benefits the consistency of our products throughout. The importance of location for us is that we are very close to the San Pablo Bay. It provides a wide array of temperature ranges, and anyone from Northern California understands that we can swing our temperature ranges from 32 degrees up to 80 degrees in a given day. That helps with our aging process and actually retaining the microflora into the oak that we age and season here in Arnold Drive.
Sonoma, California, and where we are today seasoning our oak, is a little like what sourdough and San Francisco are to each other.
So here at the Arnold Drive facility, we have 7 acres of property where roughly 1/3 of that is aging yards, where we'll bring in the oak, cut it down to size, and bring it into our yards and season it 2 to 3 years before it's pulled into production to be manufactured for the end products. We procure all of our oak from Central France and domestically here in the United States from the Appalachian region and Central Missouri. In terms of the French oak, we go direct to our supplier where they go out to the forest, they auction off a portion of the forest for our demand based on our projected demand 3 years out. They'll auction that off and they will manufacture and cut that oak for us, ship it out where we'll age it here in the Carneros region in our yards at Arnold Drive.
There's a real chemical advantage to using barrel complements versus traditional barrel aging. When you have a large lot, like 50,000 gallons, broken up into smaller microclimates, it's very difficult to keep consistent chemistry from different microenvironment to microenvironment. Whereas when you have a large tank, maybe tens of thousands of gallons, you can keep that chemistry very consistent all at once. You can measure all of your levels at one time. You can make sure that no bacteria is growing at one time, rather than having a cellar crew go through stacks and stacks of barrels, making sure that each individual microenvironment is chemically stable. It allows them to have a customization in flavors. It allows them to have a customization in extraction times. It allows them to have a customization of actual vessels and larger format vats. Now you can have hundreds of thousands of gallons stainless steel tanks, steep infusion bags in there, and do an economy of scale that before was never seen or really realized in our industry. The cost analysis of using barrel complements versus traditional aging like oak casks and barrels is really a tenth of the input from a financial perspective when you go with a complement like an infusion bag or a barrel insert or a tank stave. So really the difference, what it boils down to between oak complements and the traditional barrel is you have more of economy of scale, you have less labor input, you have more customization from a flavor standpoint, and it's both sustainably and economically friendly.
We can take all of our waste products and manufacture a product that is benefiting our clients in the long run. Nothing ends up in landfills. It all becomes usable product from everything that we procure in terms of our French and American oak. That's what makes our products unique.
Beverages that can benefit from using oak complements are wine, beer, spirits, seltzers, any ready-to-make drinks such as Manhattans in a can. All of those beverages, they can really benefit from using our wood products to add layers of complexity, to introduce flavors such as vanilla, butterscotch, smokiness, all of those flavor characteristics that the market really is looking for.
How you feel about your product is how you're going to taste that product. And the best beverages are ones where you don't really notice all of the different components individually, you notice how they're integrated together. So by us offering that consistency, we like to bridge the gap by saying that we're the combination of art and science.
Today's Innerstave still pays homage to the original company that was founded in 1979 by remaining true to sourcing the best quality materials that we can possibly get, by keeping our oak toasting protocols current and on top of it with the new changing technologies and ways of thinking about how to achieve certain flavors through color, pressure, time, and temperature. That all comes together with the future vision of the leadership team that aspires to continue to add on to those processes and protocols what we find out new through research and development, while staying true to the traditional way of getting good quality products first and then doing tried and true techniques to make them better. Now Innerstave has a global reach, everywhere from Chile and South Africa to Europe and America.
For me, what makes great craft brews and whiskeys really boil down to community and the time that you're spent with your family and friends, whether it be in the kitchen, around a fire, those kind of things, and joining people together.